Today we're going to show you how to install the Thunder Bunny Co. shower niche lighting kit and all the little things that you need to know if you're an electrician or if you're the tile guy doing this or if you're doing it all yourself. So first off, we're going to do this in two phases. So for the electricians, that's going to kind of be phase one once you've got everything framed out, right? So let's just imagine for now, this is all framed out. None of this is here. And the first thing that you're going to do is take your low voltage wire. This is marine grade. There are two wires in this, a red one and a black one. And you're going to drill a 1/2 inch hole about where you're going to want your LED wire to come out. And you're going to run this through your wall all the way down to where you want your driver to reside, or your converter, as you will. So we have made these about as low profile as we can. And this is where you're going to have your AC come in and DC come out. So we recommend, if you have a floating vanity, mounting this underneath the floating vanity is a great location for it. I've also seen if you have a regular vanity, some people will put it back behind a drawer or a door. That way, if you need to access it, you can. Now we have a 2-year warranty on everything. But if at some point you wanted to add on to your system or change things out, you want to be able to access it and get a little bit of airflow to this as well. So once you have that hooked up, it's going to be very simple. On the inside of this, you're going to see on one side there is a green wire, a white wire, and a black wire. So that is going to be for your AC hookup. So you're going to have green for ground, white for neutral, black for power, right? And then on the other side, you're going to see 4 sets of wires. And for this case, you're just going to use the LED output, which is the red and the black. So you're just going to match that to exactly what you have here. And there are wire nuts for wiring that in. All right. And so a lot of people always ask, is the shower kit dimmable? Yes, it is. This is a regular dimmer switch that you get from Lowe's or Home Depot. We don't include these in the kits as people have all kinds of different colors and switches would be too complicated. So anyways, you can pick that up from your nearest Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, whatever you have there. So phase 2 of this is going to be the tiling and the drying in of your shower niche. And this is where things get a little complicated. I shouldn't say complicated, a little bit more complicated than normal. So in this section, you are going to install this LED channel. It's an aluminum channel. And this is great because you can do these in any length. We go up to almost 7 feet. You could do multiple of these together if you wanted to. But basically, you're going to measure out how big your shower niche is. And you can use a hacksaw to basically cut this down to size, along with the diffuser that comes with it. You can use scissors with the diffuser. It's just plastic. So that should be really easy to do. Now, once you have this boxed in, let's say that you box this in just like you normally would, and you have your 1/2 inch of cement board or Kerdi board or whatever it is you're using, before you waterproof, what you want to do is basically get a second piece of cement board in this case, and you're going to cut it a little bit smaller width-wise. So you want to set this back in your niche, and one of the important things to note is that you need to leave enough space behind your channel to get your tile in here. Now, if you don't have a tile picked out yet, then tile comes in all different thicknesses. You need to have enough room for your thin set and your tile. So if you don't have one picked out, you need to have at least 3/8 of an inch space back behind there. That's going to allow for just about all tiles, unless you have one crazy thick tile. But most tiles, you're going to be able to fit everything within that. So and the reason for this is you want to be able to put your tile up underneath the back of this for a really clean look, right? So you're going to have 3/8 of an inch, or it could be less depending on your tile if you want to measure it out, but 3/8. Then you're going to have this channel, and then you can see here there's a lip. So this is where your extra 1/2 inch piece goes, and you're just going to cut it the remaining length to be flush with the front of your shower niche. And what this is going to do is allow you to red guard and waterproof all of this before putting your channel in. Now, if you wanted to, you could waterproof it, screw this in, and then make sure you waterproof where your screws are. A lot of guys will just put this in with the thin set, and that's enough to hold it as well. So if you want to do that, that's perfectly fine. And one other thing to note, when you do go to tile the shower niche, one of the things you want to make sure to do is when you're cutting the side tile here, so the way this is set up, you have a little bit of a recess here, and that's by design because you want your tile to actually come out a little below where your LEDs are, because you don't want to see a piece of metal sticking down in a light. You want it to be recessed. It gives a really nice glow to your shower niche, right? So that's by design. And so when you do that, you want to make sure when you cut this piece of tile here on the side that you actually notch it up and in so that this butts up against tile, because if you don't and you just cut this piece straight across, you're going to have, it's going to be a small, I don't know, 1/2 inch, could be less, little gap there that you're going to end up filling with grout. It's not going to look the best. So the best way to go about it is just to cut that tile with a little bit going up there. So anyways, once you get that done, this is installed, it gets really easy from there. So the last thing you want to do is install the LED strip. Now these come in different colors. 3000 is going to be kind of yellow. 4000 has a little bit of a yellow tint to it. And then 6000 is going to be pure white. Now one of the things to take into consideration if you haven't bought your kit yet is typically whatever you're going to have in the rest of your bathroom, you're going to want to match here, because otherwise it's going to make the lighting look different. So if you have a 5000, which is pretty typical, if you're doing some surface mounted lights, you probably want to get a 6000 here. Now if you're doing dark or wood colors, a lot of times the 3000 looks really good. So it just depends on your project, but that's one of the things to keep in mind when deciding what color you want to use, or what shade of white you want to use, if you want to call it that. So anyways, once that's installed, then you're still going to have your low voltage wire here sticking out. So the next step here is to actually connect your low voltage wire to your LED strip. So the LED strips are actually designed to be cut about every 2 inches. You need to cut right along the copper right here to make sure that they work properly. And in your kit, you're going to have a small cap that you can glue over the end wherever you cut it to make sure that everything stays waterproof and tight. Now these are actually better than your typical waterproof LEDs. You're going to see when you cut them, they're solid in the middle. And this is going to prevent moisture from getting up in there and causing other issues with it. Everything in this kit is suitable for wet areas. It's designed that way, and it's high quality material. So hopefully the LEDs are rated for 50,000 hours. You'll probably never ever use your LEDs that much. But if you do, we do sell replacements. All right, so one of the things that you want to make sure you do when installing your LED strip is to use the shrink wrap that came with your kit. And the reason for this is if you use wire nuts instead of the shrink wrap, and this is back behind your wall, and you need to replace this at some point. Like I said, probably shouldn't happen, but if it does, and you try to pull this out, it's very possible that you pull it out and your low voltage wire drops, and then you have a big problem, right? Whereas if you're using the shrink wrap, you should be able to pull this right out, cut it, put a new one on, right? So that's something very important to make sure that the contractor does whenever they install this. So last step, you want to stick your LED strip into the channel, and I always start from the far side of where it comes in. That way, if you have excess, you can push it back through the hole and you get a nice clean look all the way through. Now, once you get this done, and you can take off the adhesive if you want, you don't have to. The diffuser will hold the LEDs up in the channel. So either way is fine. And when you get down here to the end, you want to put a little bit of silicone in there just to seal off any water penetration from getting behind your wall. Now once that's done, you pop your diffuser in, flip the switch, and you are good to go. Now I want to say thank you so much for watching this. We do have a promo for a $100 Amazon gift card. If you would leave us a picture or a video review showing off your shower and putting it on our website, we would love that feedback. We do a drawing each month for $100, and you'd be surprised, a lot of people don't even enter. So if you enter, there's a good chance you're going to get it. As always, thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting us.